Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Miles Morales, the Ultimate Spider-Man Ultimate Miles Morales. And this is probably the best thing Hasbro's put out in quite some time. It's a Spider-Man figure, and therefore it is the best. That's what I'm told, that's how it works. But I'm going to review it anyway because I figure, what the heck, maybe I could find a flaw or two in such a wonderful piece of art. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package, and it is the new packaging, which is generally good. It's not really a retro thing anymore at this point, so I don't really get what they're doing, but it does look kinda nice with the goofy little comic there in the figure front and center. If the figures looked good, they would look good on here. I don't know, what do you guys think about this packaging? For me, it's not the best call unless you're going to actually hang the figure on the wall. Because I don't know how many people are buying these in stores, so the shelf appeal I don't think is that important, and it's not good for saving packaging at home. It takes up a lot of space and it's kind of awkward. But let me know how you guys feel. All my Marvel Legends packages go in the recycling bin right away anyway. Here's the back of the box. It shows all the different things I've already reviewed, and that's it. Okay, let's talk about this figure. Yes, I smacked the mic. Hopefully it wasn't too loud. Alright, this guy stands just... By the way, this guy's in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. If you want to get one, I'll put a link in the description below. I do not recommend it. I don't recommend it. I'm putting a link down there, so if you want one, it helps me, but I don't think you should do it. Okay. You are allowed to make your own choices. Okay, he's about 14 centimeters, almost exactly, maybe just like 14.1. That's going to put him at just about 5, and let's just say 5.5. Alright, and here he is up against Darwin. Alright, so he is definitely small. And I'm not the biggest Miles Morales aficionado, but I'm pretty sure the comic that this figure is based on is when he is about 13 years old. Maybe 14, something like that. Okay, and by the way, that's not the head that comes on him. We'll talk about that in a minute. The head that comes on him is this one. Alright, so he's supposed to be 13. He's got the body size of a 13-year-old, but this guy has a home loan. Like, this guy is not 13. This guy's like 30. I'd say 25 at best. You guys can correct me. Is this supposed to be extra short but well-matured Miles Morales? I'm not sure what's going on here. Is it technically a good head sculpt? Sure, the paints are nice too, so it looks nice. It looks to me like adult, like ready to retire Miles Morales, not the 13-year-old one that I thought it was supposed to be. Also, like, not even counting the hips. Does that look right to anybody? That head size and that body shape. Again, not even counting the hips, this does not look right. It looks so weird. Am I the only one seeing this? I can't be. Again, I'm not talking about the hips. We will talk about the hips. Man, these figures from this company, like, and there are grown men that are like die-hard white knighting this company, and look at what they're producing. Oh man, it's so bad. It looks so goofy. So let's get into the aesthetic. The whole thing's crooked. First of all, the whole paint job is crooked. It's not lined up properly on his abdomen, so there's that. But the paint job's okay, except for the fact that all the red is different colors because it's different levels of paint. You can see doubled up right there at the edge, so there's more paint there. But then the rest is relatively transparent. The spider, it's like the edges are clean, but there's black showing through in the middle. And then on the alternate head, the masked head, it's how did they get worse at doing web lines? That's what I want to know. But it's a thing. It's a thing. Oh, he's pinless, by the way, so winner right here. Very, very nicely done figure. Alright, and then let's talk about the sculpt. Obviously, we have to talk about the sculpt. Some of the features, like the sculpted abdomen, is not bad at all. The abs are alright. The reverse ab crunch still poses the same problem it always has. You have the bigger area on the bottom rather than on the top. That's why ab crunches have always worked the other way and happened at the rib cage. This part that has to overlap this part, this should be the rib cage, so that it makes sense that it sticks out from the abs. But now he's got abs and then whatever that is, so it does hurt the sculpt there. But generally, it looks like a Marvel Legends figure. He's very slender, very, very slender, and it would all be passable enough other than the head sculpt not matching the body. until you get to the hips, because golly. I mean, obviously, I posted about this when it first got shown, and everybody's seen it a lot now. I didn't get it until now because I just didn't want to bother. But here it is. These are the hips that somebody designed this, first of all. I'm willing to bet they didn't design it to look like this. I hope whoever they're paying to sculpt these figures did not design it this way. Somebody screwed it up somewhere along the way after that. Otherwise, this is the worst sculptor ever, because no hips look like that ever, unless you're a robot or maybe like a velociraptor. But that's something else. Like, you can see he's got 4 butt cheeks going on. This is something wild. It's crazy. Also, what's with their thing about putting butt wrinkles? He doesn't have wrinkles anywhere on his body except for right there on his butt. And then these weird quasi wrinkles on the front that don't look like wrinkles on the front of his hips. Super weird. Now, I will talk about this in the articulation section, because the drop-down hips on here, this is part of the problem with drop-down hips, but this is obviously not a necessary problem to have. We've seen drop-down hips on lots of figures that don't do this. This is just insane. Anybody that bought this actually thinking this is okay is the problem. For sure. For sure. I mean, Hasbro's the problem, but they can't do it if you don't buy it, so that's the thing. This is just wild. It's so... I can't stop looking at it and saying the same things. That's nuts. Okay, 0 out of 10 for aesthetic. Let's talk about the accessories. Get ready, guys. They're going to impress you with this. So you get, on him in the package, 1 wall crawling hand and 1 thwip hand. Then additionally, you get 1 more thwip hand, a gripping hand, and a fist. So not 2 fists, not 2 thwip hands, or I mean not 2 wall crawling hands, and not 2 gripping hands. The only thing you get a pair of are thwipping hands. Okay, no 2 fist hands. That's something. Only 1 wall crawling hand? Alright, too much to afford. Too much to put that in the package, they couldn't afford it. And then you do get the masked head, which does have the misaligned webbing on the top of the head. So there's that. And then lastly, we get the goofy all-black plastic comic book, which he can barely hold in any reasonable way because he has 1 C-grip hand. And that's it. So accessory-wise, 2 out of 10. No 2 fist hands, no 2 wall crawling hands. Screw you, Hasbro. That's how I feel about that. Now, let's talk about the articulation, because maybe this guy's really, really good. We have the old school hinge, the disc hinge, so he can look up and down. He can rotate his head. Leaning side to side is not a thing. There's no nuance in this posing because it's not a good joint. Butterfly joints do work really nicely on this guy going back. Going forward, they are adequate. So they're surprisingly good. That is a very nice butterfly joint. Obviously, you're going to get your full rotation there. Shoulder works, goes up better than horizontal. You do get your bicep swivel here, but you also get arms that come off. And people are like, sometimes when I do this, oh, you pulled on it. Yeah, I did. You go try that to any other line of figures, other than maybe McFarlane. Tell me how many arms come off without heat and without any force. You should not be able to easily pop your figure apart. And the problem is, like, yeah, if you don't pull on it, it won't. Except for when you're raising his arms. If you don't do it right at the shoulder, look at this. That's what happens. You think it's because I just pulled it off? I didn't touch this one yet. Look at that. It's either going to break or pop off. That's not how figures should be made. We do have the pinless double jointed elbow. Even bending the elbow, look at that. You have to be careful with this figure because the arm's going to fall apart just moving it. That's nuts. The rest have a swivel and a hinge. Diaphragm joint on this guy. It has a decent range. It's not bad. It's decent. It's alright. You're going to get your rotation, of course. Ab crunch does go forward and back, so that's there. Still missing the waist twist, so this is not the right way to do this combo. Now for the hips. We have to talk about the hips. One of the problems with drop-down hips is it does misalign the hips. When the pegs are all the way out, the hips stick out too far, or when the hips are down, they go in too far. Now this figure, the way they've designed it, neither one is accurate other than when they're up, they're way too far, and then when they're down, they're still too far out because it's poorly designed. But that is one of the problems, is it actually moves the leg left and right depending on where the joint is. Drop-downs are not a good call. Now, for all the Marvel Legends fans who are like so into Spider-Man figures being able to do this pose lately, I don't know why they like that so much. Like, it's a real strange pose. I don't know what you guys are doing with your action figures, but yeah, he can do it. I guess we don't need to pay $50 for the Maximum Spider-Man to get him to do whatever this pose is, because he can do it. But he can do it because his legs are basically disconnected from his body. So I don't know that that's a good trade-off. It looks decent in that pose if you don't look at it, but that's about it. So yeah, bringing the legs out to the side, he still can't even come close to doing the splits. You have to do this shimmy to get the splits to work. And even then, it's like not a real pleasant experience posing a figure like that. So not in love with that design, not even counting the super wide hips. So yeah, that's a thing. You saw the thigh swivel. Double jointed knee is fine, decent proportioning. As I'm trying to move it though, look at that. Can I? Yep. I'm not that strong, guys. Like, I'm a fairly strong guy, but you shouldn't be able to just yank your action figures apart. It shouldn't be that easy. I probably need heat. Nope. Nope, it went right back on. Wow. Okay, that's how soft their PVC is. The ankle... Wow, even the foot bends. I can bend the foot. That's nuts. I don't know if it's too bright. This guy's solid black, almost, so it's hard to show him. Like, the ankle works, ankle rocker's okay, but remember when we got the pinless joints and I was going to make the figures nice and stiff? That's not a thing with Hasbro. It is not... I'm in my basement. My studio's in my basement. It's not hot in here. This guy is only warm from me handling it. And I'm a normal human temperature. And his plastic is just so soft. It's so soft. Look at that. That's nuts. Even the head. It's just such a soft figure. So yeah, his articulation is passable at best, unless you really like that weird pose that people do, then 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, whatever. I'm going to say 7 out of 10, because there are problems like the neck doesn't work that well. Butterfly joint works okay. Hips look terrible, so it doesn't really matter if they function. You could say it has better articulation. It depends what you value, but for me, if I can't pose the figure without it falling apart, or without the hips being dislocated, I just don't count that as good articulation. But for Marvel Legends, this is I guess average. I don't know. Well, I don't know because it's so damn gummy. I don't know. Let's see. Nope, his hand came off. Not even close. I'm not even close to getting this arm. Not even a little bit. His arm is not coming off. He doesn't have a boot swivel, but this guy's not coming apart. This guy comes apart without even trying. Alright, time for the final verdict. 0 out of 10, obviously. Like, don't buy this garbage. Please, 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 please don't buy this garbage. I know I'm a little bit late, but I know a lot of people don't buy things when they first come out, too. So, hopefully I can help you guys a little bit. Please don't buy this 30-year-old, super short, weird plastic, wide-hipped, poorly painted Miles Morales. It's really a terrible, terrible release. But that's it for me. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.